Hello, fellow traders. 'Tis I, the Rumpled One. It's Friday, December 7th, the year 2018. Let's talk trading. It's the weekly wrap up and it's NFP day. So, because it's NFP day, I really hope you had your money in risk management um, employed, that you were on the top of your money and risk management game. It's just so important. Every day is important, but especially on NFP day because price can move in a blink of an eye, faster than you can blink. Okay, let's see here. Well, it looks like the euro yen on the monthly is right here, almost like dead center, right in the midpoint. So this first week, you see we've had some nice travel here. So playing away from the open, buy zone type trades paid off, and trading off of the daily highs and lows obviously have paid off. You can trade off the weekly highs and lows too, because remember, a weekly high will also be a daily high, and a weekly low will also be a daily low. And so since the month and the week started on the same day, you can see here once again pretty much the same. And for those of you tuning in late this week, we filled the gap. There were some big gaps too, and you had opportunities to get in on them on, I believe, Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. I think there was still a couple around. And we can see here on the daily, taking a breakout here of the previous day's high was worth about 17 pips. Not too shabby. But the range, however, is an anemic 58 on NFP day. That's anemic. And you can see, though, we had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 pairs over 100 pip range. And you can see here, one of them was dollar Canadian. And dollar Canadian today was really a great day to trade dollar Canadian, because not only did the US have its NFP day, the Canadian dollar also had releases on their unemployment. So there was definitely a nice boost because the Canadian numbers came out positive, the dollar numbers came out negative, and hence that's why you see 80 pips below the bottom. But it's also 44 pips off the bottom. I mean, there was a lot of downside. In fact, let's just bring up the chart so you can see what happened. I mean, that was huge. Huge move. It was a very good move here. And let me think, where did I have that chart? Oh yeah, the inside bar. You see there wasn't any inside bar on dollar Canadian to trade from the previous day. But you can see here some of the breaks we did have. Actually, we came right through it and back above. It broke out a couple of days ago. There was something else interesting on dollar Canadian I wanted to point out. Where was it? Well, you can see here there was a very nice holo trade after the news came out. Let me see. Where's my H4 chart? I think that was the one that would show it. Yeah. If you remember, I think I showed you this back, was it Wednesday, I believe? We had this come out when the Bank of Canada made its news. And I said, you see this big bar here? That price needs to come back to that open. Well, you see what happened right there? It came back. Now, it took it 2 days, but that's what I was looking for. So once again, you see these big bars. Price usually likes to return to those big bars. Let's put this back to, no, we need to go back to euro yen. So just something to look to. Now, it might not always go all the way back to that open, but if you can get a lot of the move, you'll be happy. So you can see here, we've got the open way up here, and the next day, price tried to come back, and you see here, again today, it's trying to come back. Those are the moves you look for. Oh, and one other, if you look at this chart here, you can see here, once again, this was a wick zone trade, but you see you were in a wick, and a wick. So, and then you came up here, there was another wick here, wicks. So you can see price was just going right back through those wicks. Okay. I've been talking, I don't know what got missed. I must have hit the wrong button somewhere and I wasn't paying attention. So I don't know what got missed. But anyway, here we go. The pivot was below the open, but above the short zone. So really not a strong bias, but still it hit the pivot, hit the short zone. Comes back, take your money off the table, buy zones, signal here, pro trade there, right there was another pro trade on the euro yen. Rat zone, we got 58 pips, so yeah, we can play the zone. So you can see here, after we put in that high, and we actually put in a high here, there was some pips to be had, Looks like we might be able to do it again. Last ticket is at 28.39. Here's your monthly pivot. Price is trying to return. Once again, we took out the daily pivot. And you can see we still have these two missed pivots. Price action, strangely enough, on a NFP day, it didn't really affect it, but you know, once again, 3 ball at the top, red at the line, 1 ball at bottom. You got green at the line here. You know, small pips to be made. Handful of pips. Using the previous session, daily sessions, 5 lines, you can see here what happened. Just going with candle color, you can see it was not much to be had here. But then again, with that range, there wasn't much to be had. You can see it dipped in the lower wick zone, came out, went into the upper wick zone, came out both sides there, in and out, in and out, in and out there. Same here, both sides, down, in and out to the upside. Some of these you're wondering, well, how would you play these? Well, you see, if it went in and then it didn't go out that side, well, then it's coming out this side. Kind of simple. But the zone was only 3 pips wide, so there really wasn't much of a zone. So these are some of the things sometimes you look at. As here you can see it's a huge zone. What, 40 some pips? 42, 43 pips. Holo right here, Larry live trade, a short at 128.45. If we can get in there, we would like to see the candle close in here and then the new candle open and come down. Otherwise, that would be a pro trade. On the inventory retracement bars, you can see we had a trigger here, H4 trigger long, M15 trigger long, and there you have it. And we can look at the daily, and you can see here, there's the long trigger on the daily, here's the short trigger on the daily. We haven't hit either one of those. One of my favorite charts, previous daily, weekly, monthly, open, high, low. Once again, just pretty much chop across the daily right there. You can see the weekly and the monthly are down here. And since I had flipped back and forth, you see I lost some of the, I didn't capture all those ticks, but it's pretty flat right now. Einstein line, Larry live trade right here. Oh, okay, we already looked at the inside bars. And what was it? Yesterday, we were looking at the beast, the pound yen. Here's the high of the monthly inside bar, and here's the low. You see price got inside and price came back out. And right now, that inside bar low would have paid right now 54 pips to the good. You had a chance of about a total of what, 76. So once again, showing the strength of the simple inside bar trade. And right now, we're just looking at the daily chart here. So you can see how these simple little trades with horizontal lines can pay off very nicely sometimes. So that's it for the week. I hope you enjoyed NFP Day. I know I did. And yes, I traded dollar Canadian because I saw that double red. And euro, the euro yen didn't have anything going for it, and I just thought it would be a great opportunity, and it turned out it was. So just remember, fellow traders, it's not what you trade, it's how you trade it. Enjoy the weekend and come back next week to drain the banks.